Okay, so we will navigate back to the dashboard, and we will get into the Mustard Clinic and Relish Hospital use case. So this is where Camilla Day comes into play as our sort of Brian Gray analogy. So she is an internal user to Mustard Clinic, and she is part of that registered nurse approver's role. So as an IT admin, of course, though, I'll act on behalf of her. And I will onboard Corey Bishop as our quote unquote delegated admin for Relish. So I will navigate to my organizations at the bottom. I'll click View All, and I will go to Relish Hospital. Here, I'll click on Invite Collaborator, and I will enter Corey's information. So in an attempt to save time, we've actually already created Corey. He actually already has an account. So I will navigate to the portal for Relish Hospital, where I can log in as Corey directly. You'll notice that the URL has changed from S3 Uni to Relish Hospital, as it's a completely different portal for Corey to log into. So we will go to his username, enter his password, and we will try that again. Okay, so now that I'm logged in as Corey, I can see that I already have an active person in here, Chris Green. I have their relevant assignment, but I'm not able to see anything about Addison Smith, of course. So I'll log in back here and I will onboard a new non-employee for Aiden Mendoza. Okay, and then I will enter Aiden Mendoza at relish.com. I'll hit submit. The application will check for duplicates. I'll enter some additional information that looks very similar to when I filled out Addison's form. And we'll get routed to this page again. So keep in mind that last time we had 3 options. This time we only have 2 because Relish Hospital only manages physicians and registered nurses. As Aiden's a registered nurse, we'll select registered nurse. We'll move along. And you'll notice that actually this form does look different than the student form we just filled out. NPI is now required. So as these different populations from healthcare clients come in with our very complicated use cases, we're able to control the forms dynamically based off of what population has been entered. So in this case, we will enter registered nurse. We'll enter a 12-digit NPI number. We'll select our manager as Linda Lime this time. We'll select the emergency room department as Aiden's a registered nurse there. And we'll go with Los Angeles as his location. And then, of course, our start and end date. And we'll hit submit. So at this point, we'll see that an approval is required from registered nurses, registered nurse approvers, and our manager, Linda Lime. I will go back to my admin account, and I'll approve it there. Cool. Again, credentials verified, yes or no. We'll say it's I-9 this time. We'll hit approve. And we will see that access has been created for Aiden Mendoza. So we'll go back home. We'll see Aiden Mendoza in our little chart here. We'll see not just his person profile, of course, and all that information, but we'll see his assignment or relationship and all that information. So at this point, I'm going to kick it back to Ethan one more time to show you guys that access was created for Aiden Mendoza.
Thank you, Nate. So kicking back over to Identity Now one last time, we're going to look up Aiden Mendoza as he was just created. There we go. And we can see that there is now a new identity that's been created based on the non-employee record that has been loaded into Identity Now. We can see the NERM user record and the non-employee assignments record. And if we review Aiden's roles, we can see that Aiden has this Relish affiliate RN role, since Aiden is of the registered nurse population, denoted below. And now I bet you're wondering, well, Ethan, how has all this movie magic been happening in the background? How has the data been getting there? Well, if I click over here, you can see that I have a couple sources created in Identity Now that are meant to represent the user records located in the non-employee platform, as well as the assignment records. Now, these are created essentially by executing the APIs of the non-employee platform in order to load this data into Identity Now. And with that, I'm going to pass it back to Carrie for some parting words.